good evening, whenever you're watching this. You clicked on this link because you wanted to see some Ostriv video gameplay, and I'm here to provide that. I've already played it for quite a while, and I've used this map right here, and I got it up to about 200 citizens, and I figured, alright, I pretty much understand how this game works, with the exception of the finances. I can't seem to find the sweet spot there, but we survive. The roughest part, I think, is right in the beginning, just trying to make the homes for the people in the tent before winter comes. Because there's always one thing I forget, which slows me down. But this time we're going to try this map here. When I tried it once before, I put a forestry right next to the woods, and for whatever reason it said it can't find wood anywhere. And I don't know what the problem was. I did have it staffed, so I don't know. So we'll see. Oh, okay. I guess I clicked it. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so I paused the game right off the bat because, like I said, you really have to be quick with building these 9 houses. So I think it's 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And these tents will go away once people have a house to move into. So we really need to get started on that. So this one here is our current quote-unquote warehouse. And in it we have 10 iron, 1,600 nails, which is enough for 9 houses, and thatch. Thatch is not enough for the houses, so we do have to collect that. But we need wood. All right, there is some here, but it doesn't tell you how many are there. But our little clue here in the corner, build forestry for wood production, kind of tells us that's where we need to begin. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and it's under the production tab right here at the top. So we'll click that. And I'm sure you've probably already seen videos pertaining to this game already. So I'm not going to get into too great a detail. Just trying to locate where am I going to put it first. Can't be placed on trees. All right, so let's put her right here and get that started. So actually let's start the game, get them working on this. All right, so it shows that they're waiting for wood and 148 nails, which somebody will have to go to here. One of the 3 laborers currently employed there are going to have to go to here and pick up the nails and the wood and all the stuff that we need on the job site for the workers to actually do the building. Laborers just bring the stuff, the workers actually do the work. All right, so first thing we need to do is place down a thatchery. Well, not first. First was the forestry. Second would be the thatchery. So we'll go ahead and we'll plop that right there. All right, you know what? I'm gonna actually take something off my keyboard here because it keeps creaking every time I move my hand, and I'm sure you can hear that, and I don't want you to. It's bad enough you hear the keyboard and the mouse. So we'll fast forward this just so that we can get them rolling. So we see a lot of uneven terrain here around this campsite, so we're not going to be able to build directly right next to them, so they're going to have to walk a bit to get to where they need to be. Alright, let's see. We need... Alright. It's not the most friendly place, but it looks like the trough runs right along here, and this seems to be all uneven ground. I'm not even sure if I can build there. Yeah, it will let me. I just can't do it. Oh, I can. Why can I build there, but I can't build here? Don't know. Alright, well, let's see. How are we going to lay this out? Let's pause it first and get an idea of where we are. Alright, so I'm assuming the visitors to our land here, or our city, I'm not quite sure which direction they're going to come from by looking at the map, but they're probably going to come from this direction, across the hills and valleys. Perhaps we can make all this area over here farmland. Right, and let's see what we can do. All right. So we're going to try to do this. They're going to walk across this here, this path here, which is going to create the dynamic pathway. So we'll rotate. Didn't mean to go this direction, but we're going to rotate it this way here. We're going to hold shift and we're going to click once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. And I don't want to have to worry about removing that tree just yet. So we're going to flip this house around so that it faces its neighbor across the street, right? Come straight out until it unsnaps and lets me place it. So there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 houses. All right, so now we have all of our houses laid down, so you can see them up here in the top corner of what we need to do. And in order to do the house, we need 100 nails. So that's 900 nails. We have 1,300 left. So that should be good for right now. How many nails did that take? Only 148. Yeah, so we should be fine at this rate. So we'll go ahead and speed it up. Now here is where I tend to forget what I need in order to have all these houses built by December. Because once December hit and the snow comes, so you can't find wood anywhere. 1, 2, we'll just put 2 people in there. So that's going to stall our building a little bit, our process. But, you know, we'll make do. Sorry, needed to take a drink there. All right, the women just tend to sit around most of the time because they're, remember this is back in the 1700s, so they're pretty much just the homemakers at this point. And there's not much you can do as far as employing them, right? So if we click on a business or we click on a production building, there's a higher options down here in the corner of the forestry description. So if we click on that, higher options, you can hire men, but you don't have the option to hire women. All right, so I guess in the 1700s, cutting down trees was a man's job. So women have jobs that they can do, but they're more relegated to what was available to women excuse me, in that era. All right, so if we look here, they're laying down all the materials that they're going to need. Usually not all of it. They get what they can down. Okay, there it is. They can't find clay. There's always something. And someone out there was probably saying, hey, doofus, put down clay. I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. All right, so let's put the clay. You can't delete it. So we don't want to use up this area because I think that's where we're going to put the carpentry shop. I don't really want to block a lot of this because that's where the fishing vessels will be. If I put it over here, that's going to be kind of far away from everything we need. Boy, I just want everything, don't I? Alright, let's put it here. Why not? Of course, I put the door on the wrong side. Stupid. Alright, well, we're just going to have to deal with that. See what happens. But yeah, this is it. This is our 9 houses that are going up. 1 house for every tent. It is now just past the midpoint of April. We never hired a thatch collector. Let's do that. You don't have to hire anybody for the clay pit. They just go in and dig their own clay. I guess you wouldn't really need to hire somebody to scoop out clay. You know, but all right, let's see. They've already got 1 house going up. Let's get in here and see. And there he is building away. How many people are working on this? Nobody right now. They're looking for laborers. I don't know what the laborers are doing. If we click on the people Up at the top, you have your pause, your play, your fast forward, and your really fast forward. Your time frame, where you are, what month, what year. Then you have the number of citizens, and then your finances. All right. So if you click on the people, it brings up your population, lets you know how many people are here, how many wagons, plows, you know, all this other stuff that you have on site, and your wealth distribution. All right, this will change over time as people get jobs and they start working there forever. They'll have more money than somebody who doesn't. So you'll start to see that this will change over time. All right, this is telling me that 61% of our people are employed or are in unemployment. 22% are women, and 100% of the women, 22% are men. Sorry, and 100% of them are women, or 100% of the women are unemployed. Phew, that was not easy for me to get out, but you get the idea. So what I like to do is to make sure that we have everybody working. Okay, so in later stages, when we can actually put the women in charge of the farms, right, and taking care of the chicken coops, the barnyard, and things like that. Okay. So now we have two houses already built, and 2 tents have already left. No, 2, 4, 6, 8. Only 1 tent left. Who didn't pack up their stuff yet? If you click on them, it'll show you the family that lives there. And if they have any children, what their jobs are. All right, there's the second house. All right, so 2 houses have built and moved up. All right, so now we're working on the third one, and they will build in order that you place them, or you can click and drag them and place them in priority order. Sometimes I'll do that if I have a row of houses or things that I'm trying to build to increase the population, but I need something in a hurry. I'll assign that, but then I'll drag it to the front of the queue, which means they'll work on that immediately after they complete what they're currently doing, that one house or whatever. All right, so we are moving along. Wood, we have 153 planks of wood and 12.5 firewood. The usage of material is a little bit difficult to understand. I'm not quite sure how it works. So like they have 1.99 potatoes. Like how many potatoes is that? Is that like 2 potatoes, but you took a bite out of 1? So you only have, you took out 0.1%? Like, I don't know. So that's part of my problem when it comes to the finances, right? So if we click on the finance tab, we can see all the resources that we currently have from all locations within our city. Our income from housing, rent, local sales, and export, and our expenses from imports, from salaries, and from messengers. All right, so we obviously want to keep this in the green, okay, which will technically be in the black. You don't want to be in the red, and the red means you're negative. All right, so we could install a market, but we have nothing to sell in it because we have no farms as of right now. Okay, so we need to get the houses built, right? Get that working, and then we're going to have to immediately get into building a barn. All right, so by the end of this episode, hopefully we'll have all the houses built, and we'll be able to get into December and not kill anybody. Well, they don't die. They just move out. They just go to another town that's more plentiful. Wow, speaking of plentiful, look at all the reeds down here. Should have put my thatchery down here. Be picking for days. All right. In case you're wondering, those hardcore gamers, what type of options you have as far as resolution and so forth, you don't have much. I leave all of these checked. Texture quality is set to normal. Shadow quality I took off. All right, because my computer, although it's a decent computer, it was still lagging a little bit with the shadows. It's not really all that important to have them. FPS limit, it's set to its max of 60. I don't know why none. No limit. I'm not going to do that. We'll leave it at 60. Autosave intervals in minutes. It comes at 2, but I changed it to 10. English is language, screen resolution, 1920 by 1080. I don't know if it knows your screen type and sets it to it automatically, but that's how mine came. But you do have options, but I just leave full screen. I don't even know what Windows would do. What would Windows do? It's not even an option for 1920 by 1080. UI scale, I'm assuming that's the size of these. Just leave it at 100%. But that is pretty much all you have as far as options. There is no music. There is no nothing. There is sounds of construction that just went away as I zoomed in on it. And if you go into the woods, you should hear birds. I don't hear too many birds in that. I almost said that ocean. Maybe this one will have more. Yeah, can you hear them? Pretty cool. All right. Now, as you can see, the paths that are forming come over time. As they walk across this grass, just like in real life, you keep cutting across the grass, you're going to wear a trail in it. So that's how their roads are built. They're built automatically. So I try to predict that road passage. Like when I was placing these houses, I kind of went with where they're going to come out of forestry and come across to build it. Okay, so that's going to be pretty much the main road to my town. And when I built these, I put them door to door. Okay, so we'll have 2 paths, basically 2 paths that come out here and then off to the main city. So then we could put things like benches, we could put trees, we can even put a well in the middle here if we wanted to. And the next group of houses back here, the entrance is on this side. The next pack, we'll put them on this side. Okay, so houses will be back to back, pretty much how they are most likely in your neighborhood. Your houses are back to back so that, you know, there's 2 houses on every street corner. Oh, pardon me. They're just yawning. All right, so that's it. So it is now just past the middle of July. We have 4 houses done. We have 5 more to go. I think we started in March, right? So March, April, May, June, July. What's that? 4 months to do that. October, November. 4 months to build 5 houses. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. But what we can do is, first off, how many nails do we have? 490. And each house takes 100. So that's 1, 2, 3, 400. Oof. We might just make it. But what we're probably going to need to do is start a smithy, which is going to take how many nails? Smithy, 112. So building this smithy, oh, is that the smithy? Yeah. What this is going to do, though, is it's going to use up some of our nails that we need. All right, I'm trying to get this perfectly lined up here because I'm a little crazy like that. All right, so we'll do that, and hopefully we have enough nails. Hopefully, I don't know. I would move it in front of this guy, but if we have enough nails to complete 1, 2, 3, 400 nails, but I don't want them, let's pause that because I don't want them to put nails there yet, because you know how they move. Well, they're there already. 100, 200, 300 nails. So they've already got their nails. So we actually don't have to worry about pausing that, because let them put nails there, see where we're at. If the nails are already out, we still have 490. We're fine. We're fine. I'm panicking for nothing. All right, let's see. Houses have moved in. I don't know why you would be having a fire lit in August, but I guess they don't have many microwaves around here. So if they want to eat, they got to cook. So they cook on their wood burning stoves. And There's the women. Sitting. What's this guy doing? Yeah, get back to work. Get back to work. Go. Where are you supposed to be going? Go. See, you're what? You're not even working, or is that your home? No, that's not your home. You're supposed to be working. You're just resting. Alright, I guess you were waiting for the clay so you can finish building the walls. Alright, I'll let you go. I'll let you go this time. You got a helper there. Wearing the same shirt and same hat. Is that the uniform? I don't know. Alright. Whoa. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 houses left. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. Come on. Let's go. Let's build them up. Make it happen. You got carts here. I don't know why you're moving things by hand. Come on. We got to get that. Alright, so basically what we're looking at is we are going to try to do, I think our best course of action. Oh man, sorry. Just getting over sickness. Looks like the United States. Except Florida's real long. Maybe building this area up here as the farmland, livestock, so forth. We'll do housing up here, right? And then we'll do the trade center here. We'll do some carpentry work over here and some of the wood-based fabrication here. And since the farmland is going to be here, we could probably, if we did farm here, farm takes up a lot of land. Maybe we could do livestock over here. Or livestock over here. Keep that near that. I don't know. Over here. I don't know. But we're definitely going to get into livestock and chickens and things like that. But I don't know. They don't really... Because from the chickens you can get chicken eggs and chicken meat. But not too many people buy that. They buy pretty much potatoes and fish. They don't really buy anything else. And the cattle, we would use that for milk, and we would need to have cattle so that we can get a bull, make him into an ox, and then have oxen pull plows to plow the fields faster than they do it by themselves. And also you could put the cattle to roam in your farm fields, and that'll help fertilize the soil to make it better for the crops that you put in there, hopefully making a better yield. So we'll see. All right, so it's October, November, December. They got 2 houses to build. 2.5 houses to build in a month and a half. Can they do it? I would like to see these houses be able to be moved a little bit closer so that this fence line was right along this path so that it wasn't so great, because now we have really like an ugly path in the middle that's a patch of grass. Alright, so here we go. Alright, so we can see that Father Ostrodor, he's working in construction, building a house. His mother Yaroslava is unemployed, of course. Daughter, Paraska, is 3. And they have a family wealth of $22.84. Currently in their house, they have 1.58 flowers, 1.52 potatoes, 0.75 firewood, and 0.05 water. And they're running really low on water. And water's all the way out here. So what we could probably do is give them a well right here in the middle of their town. If I can squeeze it in there. Oh, it was there for a split second. There we go. Split second, come on. Come on. Right there. All right, so now they're going to build that, and that's going to give them water so they don't have to walk all the way out here to get water. All right, this water will be reserved for other places, I guess, that need water. You can't delete them. Oh, you can. You can demolish wells. Did not think you could. You definitely can't delete these. Which I don't know why. Should be a community effort to fill them in. All right. 1.5 houses in 1 month. Can they do it? They'd have all the nails. I don't know why they're not storing thatch and wood over here right now. How are we doing on wood? We have 200 wood, which is the max. 200. Come on, people. Use it up. Gotta get them. This first episode's gotta end with housing for everybody. I'm not leaving here until everyone's got a house. Alright, and you can see that the paths that were worn to the tents previously, they have all grown back. So eventually, if nobody uses the path, the grass will grow back, which is cool. Nice. All right, these people have worn quite a path. As you can see, there's less of a worn path here because it's only this one family coming out. But here, everyone from all of these houses is walking through here. So it's a greater distance of wear. Plus, these guys are dragging carts all over the grass, killing it. So, we'll see. All right, it's the last house going up. They have half a month to complete it. Come on, guys. You can do this. Got plenty of wood. We got all our nails on site. We still have 490 left. You still got to build the smithy so we can continue to make nails. We should have 5 iron, and 5 iron makes a lot of nails. Yeah, we have 10 iron, and that makes a lot of nails. So eventually we will have to build a trading post and trade with another city to get iron, because I don't know how to mine for iron in this game as of yet. So you're going to have to rely on the trading center to do that. All right, so here's the camp center. Okay, this is basically your city hall or town hall. And right now, Stanislav Volk is now the current mayor. And if we click on here, it finds him in here during the daytime, you know, doing his work. But if we find home, shows us that he lives here. And the first house that was built, he claimed it. Typical. Winter's starting. Family moving out. They couldn't do it. Dag nabbit. There they go. Running away. Sorry, citizens. I guess you're just gonna park right there. You just don't want to be near us, huh? Whatever. Whatever. It's fine. We'll give your home to somebody else. That just means that somebody else is gonna move in. And you're gonna want to come back. We should find out. We don't know their name. We want to know if they're back so we can banish them. Sorry, wrong game. Get it? Banished? Never mind. All right, people. We're going to stop it here on this episode. We're going to come back in the next one and see if the smithy can be created. We're going to have to build shop tents. We're going to have to build a farm. So it's going to be this one first, but the next episode we're probably going to work on building farms so we can get food production going. All right. So until then, I will see you all later in the next episode. Take a look down the center of our street here and see our lovely town in the making. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.